Oakland's largest downtown hotel owner faces a financial crisis. They have defaulted on their mortgage. The lender might have to take it over. The doom loop in Oakland, California continues. Let's get into it. Here we go. Man, you want to talk about a city that has literally just lost its focus, lost its identity, lost all of its sports franchises. I mean, there's just nobody left in Oakland of significance, and those who are left are just trying to kind of hold things together and don't really see a future moving forward. It's been a wild ride. I mean, following Oakland has been really interesting from the standpoint of what are they going to do to patch things back together and get back on that track of being reasonable? I don't know. Can they do it? That's the other question. So, you've got these massive hotels, the Oakland Marriott City Center. It's the city's largest downtown hotel. It is defaulting on its loan. These are strategic defaults. These are, you know what? We got to do something. And if they want to try and negotiate with their lenders, guess what? Your first step, default. That gets the lender's attention. Oh, yeah? Well, I see that you're current on mortgage payment. Oh, you're not. All right, let's talk. Let's have that little convo, right? And another blow to Oakland's tourism industry. The largest hotel in the city's downtown is defaulting on its loan. Owners of Oakland Marriott City Center, a 500-room hotel in Broadway, defaulted on its $100 million loan from Invesco CMI Investments, putting the property at risk of foreclosure, according to the Mercury News, citing Alameda County Public Records filed earlier this month. GA Capital, based in Hong Kong, purchased the hotel in 2017 for $143 million. So they put $43 million down. They've got 100 large that they're carrying, and they are saying, No, we do not want to keep this. Therefore, let's default. We'll see where it goes. Oakland's downtown Marriott joins several other Bay Area hotels facing financial upheaval, which industry insiders say is part of an ongoing trend. It's particularly ongoing in Oakland because you got a situation where you don't have masses of companies coming in and doing their typical tourism to the downtown core, having all of those business conventions. Convention traffic is slim to none in Oakland. And it is same thing in Portland, same thing in San Francisco. You've got these situations where you've got the big downtown cores, and they're just not bringing in the number of people to their downtown that they used to. Now, you've got a few things going in the right direction here. You've got, number one, you've got federal employees going back to the office. Yeah, that's, happening alongside DOGE, just taking a razor knife to all kinds of budgets. But then you've also got companies like Amazon just went back right after the first of the year. Everybody back to the office. Let's get back to the office. That will push some more people into these downtown cores. Is it enough for a big hotel in California, in Oakland specifically, where in Oakland you have your own acronyms you have your own slang language for break-in in progress? You got bipping? I don't know. Oakland's downtown Marriott joined several other Bay Area hotels facing financial upheaval. Lenders have been extending loans and pretending things might turn around. Get this. This is a great comment here. Extend and pretend is coming to an end. Oh, I like it. Extend and pretend, coming to an end. Coming to an end at a hotel near you. This is specific to the commercial real estate market. Extend and pretend. More foreclosures are ahead. More hotel owners are going to walk away and just give the lenders the keys to their properties. Extend and pretend is coming to an end. Cash for keys. It's what we did in residential, right? That's what we did in residential. And the problem is that you've got a lot of folks that have rented out big space. They're no longer there. They recognize that they can all have all their employees work from home. because the only companies that are going back to the office are the ones where their CEOs from the top down have said, yeah, you guys need to be in the office. You guys need to be there. Jamie Dimon, you guys got to be there. You guys got to be there. You guys got to make the whole world go round, right? Now, I think they just want control. They want control of their employees. I don't blame them if they're paying them. Hey, get your ass into the office, because so many of these jobs can be done. You know, if you're getting your job done, if you're turning your work in, if you're turning your homework in, there isn't a super big question about, is he working hard enough? Well, he's getting his quotas done. He's getting whatever, his assignments are. He's not behind. She, he, she, whomever, they, them, right? The Oakland Marriott City Center is also home to a 31,800 square foot practice facility that previously hosted the Golden State Warriors until they moved. Yeah. Till the team left Oakland in 2019. You got the Oakland A's, you got the Oakland Raiders. I mean, who's left, right? Who's left? Space was recently transformed into a practice facility for the new WNBA team, the Golden State Valkyries. Okay, alrighty then. Now, so you got a hotel that, floor 1, ground floor, serves as practice facility for a WNBA team that is basically funded by the NBA, because none of the WNBA teams are solvent on their own. But anyway, and they don't bring any major overnight traffic to Oakland. Valkyries Performance Center recently underwent a $40 million renovation and opened earlier this month. We're excited to see this dedicated space support the team as they prepare for an incredible season ahead. Now we're pitching, the basketball team. But meanwhile, all this is going on, you get the situation. Little bit of an ownership question. We're not really sure because the current owners don't want to make the payment. So, got that little issue of, not making payments on time. Will that impact the basketball team? They're not saying it will. Do not anticipate an impact to our business or basketball operations. The Marriott did not respond to a request. Now, this isn't the first big building to go down like this. Investors for iconic downtown San Francisco Four Seasons Hotel have stopped paying on its loans. Strategic default. Stop paying, you'll get the lender's attention. They will talk to you. They will take your call. You risk the credit of your LLC or whomever it is that you've got on the line for that project. Yeah, it takes a little whack, but if you got enough money and you got the history, you're going to be able to get a loan for something else. Real estate developer connected to a luxury hotel building in downtown San Francisco has started flashing early warning signs that it will default on its loan, adding to the list of owners struggling with solvency in the city's shaky hospitality real estate market. So you've got a situation, not enough people in the downtown cores. You've got a situation, people don't want to be in downtown Oakland. People don't want to be in downtown San Francisco. People don't want to be in downtown Seattle. There's not enough businesses in the downtown cores to support what few people there are there. You've got a doom loop going. And we've been saying it since the beginning of the pandemic. And then you've got the other issue of interest rates. When interest rates are down at 3%, 4%, even 5%, you could refinance, get that money, pay off whatever lender, move on, do whatever you need to. But downtown San Francisco hotel investors have had a rocky few years. Interest rates remain significantly higher than their pre-2020 levels, and local tourism continues to regain footing following the pandemic. And by retain footing, meaning there's a few more people coming in. There's some more people coming in. One of the crazy stories about Seattle is last year, 20 million people visited Pike Place Market. 20 million people visited Pike Place Market. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. The amount of people that go there. And they are literally 2 blocks away from one of the worst segments of street area in the Pacific Northwest. Don't walk down over there. It's not recommended, right? So let's keep going here. Let's keep going. After $290 million of debt, San Francisco investor bails on its 6th largest hotel. This is San Francisco. We're still in the Bay Area, right? sixth largest hotel, $290 million of debt. San Francisco hotel owner says, no. We're going to renegotiate this. We're going to see what we can come up with. In a move reminiscent of the board game Monopoly, a New York-based hospitality investor forfeited ownership of a major downtown San Francisco hotel while scooping up operation for another in a shakeup that reflects the continuous ups and downs in the city's hotel industry. This isn't just Oakland. This isn't just San Francisco. This is all over the United States because your numbers are way down. All the people that would get a hotel room, come into town for XYZ event, that isn't happening. And so the hotel rooms, the hotels themselves have had just an incredibly difficult run. They're not nearly occupied at the rates they were pre-pandemic. And there's no real outlook if you don't have all that, tourism, if you don't have all of those businesses basically coming through and spending money, you're not going to see these markets recover. Here's another one. Auction of San Francisco's troubled downtown mall delayed again. This is San Francisco's largest mall. It used to be the Westfield Mall. Now it's San Francisco Center. Had Westfield owned it, and they basically gave the keys back to the lender and said, we're out of North America. Good luck with that one. We hope you enjoy. This is the one with the 400% rise in human defecation on the elevator coming into the mall from street level. Yeah, 400% increase in human defecation on the elevator. That's an actual stat. I did that report. Wild, right? Hey, can't quite make it. Gotta go, right? The auction of San Francisco Center, the city's biggest mall, was pushed back for the third time, adding more uncertainty to the troubled property's future. Initially scheduled for last November, but delayed repeatedly, the mall auction has been slated for Thursday on Van Ness Avenue, but was scrapped again. What do you want to bet they had no bidders? I'm going to bet that's the deal. The auction date is now planned for March 27th, according to the website of First American Title, one of the companies managing the auction. The reason for the delay isn't clear, but there are numerous lenders tied to the mall's debt, which has risen to over $625 million after owners Westfield and Brookfield stopped payments and walked away from the property at 865 Market Street. They just didn't want it. They didn't see the outlook being positive. Street conditions were horrific. This is not that far from the Tenderloin. It's not getting remarkably better. What is actually happening? Well, here's something that's really interesting. The Mission is the new Tenderloin. Mission area versus Tenderloin. 6th Street drug market has found a new home. So the 6th Street drug market was basically in the Tenderloin. It's moved to 16th Street. That is 10 blocks away, just over half a mile. You move a half a mile in San Francisco, you're in a different neighborhood, right? Different neighborhood. They say change doesn't happen overnight, but on San Francisco's infamous 6th Street and south of Market, the situation has evolved considerably in just a few weeks. As recently as January 22nd, the corridor was bustling with drug users, dealers, violence, and illegal vending. But now, the shift is so significant that locals are finding it hard to believe. It's quite a major change, Jackson O said as he walked down a mostly clear sidewalk towards his 50-year-old optometry business on 6th. I would say that's wonderful. So this guy is on 6th in basically the Tenderloin, and all those people went somewhere, didn't they? Where did they go? The article literally says, where did they go? Well, you don't have to look far for that one explanation. They're in the Mission. Because the whole issue with this is these are people. They don't miraculously get swept under the rug and disappear. They're people. So you either got to get them into drug treatment, you got to get them into prison, or you got to get them into a psych ward. That's where they belong. One of those three options. You don't have any other. Or they go away. But that's the misnomer. Where are they going to go away to? Well, 10 blocks away. On Wednesday night, Standard spotted roughly 50 people using and selling drugs or illegally buying and selling goods at the 16th Street BART station. 10 blocks down the road. There you are. Nice job. Conditions the worst I've ever seen, said a guy who owns a restaurant near the station. My staff has to hop over people doing hard drugs just to get to work every day. So it's this type of environment on top of the, macro circumstances on top of issues like interest rates have gone up, business is way down, people aren't coming into cities to, do big business get-togethers anymore. You just don't have that happening. Here's a comment. On multiple occasions in the last 10 days, Tuplin said his restaurant's front and back entrances were blocked by drug users. Nothing says, and we're talking about hotels, in the context of hotels, nothing says, come into our hotel, like a drug user blocking the front door, right? But this is even worse. He said a man walked into the restaurant and soiled himself as customers dined on Sunday. Came in, took a poo, and was just basically there. And people are like, oh, my staff almost threw up, Tuplin said. I don't have all the answers, but we shouldn't be the ones paying the price. No, I agree. You shouldn't be the ones paying the price, but misguided compassion and voting for folks who allowed this to happen is how you get there. And this goes from street level restaurant, yoga stores, you name it, whatever it might be, all the way up to the largest hotel in Oakland. All of this stuff gets impacted because businesses, and we've talked about this for years, businesses don't want to go to places where if their employees are eating at a restaurant, somebody comes in and takes a poop. Yeah, and not in the restroom, I might add. I think it's interesting that I need to add that little segment there. People don't want to have others come in and take a poop, not in the restaurant. And that's just disgusting. You know how it is when you're changing your kid's diaper and you just get that little bit of in the back of your throat. And if it's a bad one, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Could you imagine sitting there eating your whatever at a pretty nice restaurant and all of a sudden some whacked out nut job comes in and just lets it rip in his pants? Absolutely disgusting. That is why some of these areas don't have the highest levels of occupancy for said hotels, right? I mean, this is not shocking by any means, is it? No. And yet you got, people like this guy who are like, why is this happening to us? Why do we have to take care of this? Well, unfortunately, everything that's kind of gone towards creating a situation where you have whacked out homeless people walking into restaurants, just taking dumps in their pants. And that's because you've allowed drugs and homelessness to just basically take over. And initially you said, hey, this is great. This is going to be the best thing ever. This is going to be a social experiment and we're supportive of it. We believe in you, whacked out homeless drug addicts. We believe in you to the core of our soul. And we will vote repeatedly on these issues where we're just going to let you run around. Now they've realized that social experiment hasn't worked out, and you actually need to do the opposite of that. The new mayor, Daniel Lurie of San Francisco, he is trying to get some traction. It's going to take some actual tough love to square this away. All you're going to be doing is what we're talking about here, is moving 10 blocks away, moving people 10 blocks away, moving the drug addicts, moving the pimps, moving the whomever. You're just shuffling them around. And in these big cities that already have the massive issue of downtown core, 40% vacancy rate in San Francisco right now, somewhere right around 40% vacancy rate, 60% occupancy rate, 6 out of 10 spaces are occupied, 4 out of 10, nobody's in there. Nada, nothing. Yeah. And it's because of accumulation of a bunch of these factors. That whole work from home thing. Oh, nobody needs office space ever again. Well, not true. But to the extent where you've got businesses, bringing their folks in for all kinds of business tourism, not happening. And that's where the hotels are really getting smacked. People are traveling. They're just not necessarily traveling into the downtown financial cores where they used to because of business convention traffic. It's no longer a thing. It's not happening. And it's especially not happening in areas like San Francisco's financial district, the Tenderloin, the Mission, or anywhere in Oakland. Not a shocker, is it? No, it's not a shocker at all. It's just like, oh, could have seen that one. Oh, we did see that one coming. And now some jackass from Seattle's podcasting on it. It's what we're doing. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye for now.